Hello everybody, Ollamh here, and welcome to Submersion into Dementia, the Deep Dive, the week-long vlogging extravaganza. I didn't actually record anything Saturday, mostly because I was doing recordings for just about everything else. I actually recorded 8 videos in, I don't know how long, but it wasn't very long. Mostly all of my gaming stuff. So, the Elder Scrolls Online, the Raft, the whole 9 yards, that is done. I'm getting ready to do my, Geek Corner review. Again, we're continuing on with Arnold Schwarzenegger this month, so if you haven't seen it, last week we did Last Action Hero, and this week we did Predator, or will do Predator. Yeah, that's always kind of a mess. But yeah, so we're doing that. We've got that going. It's going to be 5 Count Friday this Friday, now that I have a new audio recorder that actually works. We're going to do 5 actors. It'll have been 5 actors that played roles that they really shouldn't have, and some of them that keep getting roles that just don't match up. There's some actors that are really good at what they do. But somehow they keep getting roles that don't make any sense for them. Like Christopher Lambert playing Raiden in Mortal Kombat. He's playing the Chinese god of thunder and lightning, but it's I think he's Belgian, but he's played that. He's played a Scotsman. He's played all kinds of things that it's just no, it doesn't work. That just does not work. It's one of the other ones is John Wayne. John Wayne was a fantastic cowboy. He was great at playing that tough, no-nonsense cowboy type character. But who the hell thought it was a good idea for him to play Genghis Khan? And even he's I don't know why they got me to play it. And it's but you said yes to it, so it's kind of on you as well. So yeah, that's coming up Friday. I just got done mowing the front yard. I still need to mow the backyard. I'll probably do that tomorrow. In and around doing everything else. So yeah. And then tomorrow we're going to get back into Skyrim over on Twitch. That'll be 10 p.m. Central Daylight Savings Time. That's what we're on right now. And that's I try and do that at least Monday through Friday, 10 p.m. Central Time. Do a live stream. Right now we're kind of going through and playing around and having fun with Skyrim. Of course, you can go back on Twitch and look at past broadcasts and catch up. I will warn you, they're usually 1 or 2 hours at a, I usually stream a couple hours at a time. So that might be a marathon grab a pail of snacks, grab a couple gallons of whatever drink you like, sit down and just have a marathon. You want to do that? Cool. I ain't going to stop you. I'd be happy to have that happen. But yeah, so I still need to record 4 more games and the Geek Corner review. I need to write that. I need to write up the Geek Corner review, the 5 Count Friday, record those, and then just go through and do a massive edit and render type thing. So, but yeah, everything's coming together. I've got a few things. I want to expand out a film idea that I did, or a short idea that I did for the Production Crates 10-second contest. I want to expand that out beyond 10 seconds so that I can really have that as, something that's, really kind of flesh that out and try and make it even more awesome than it was. So, yeah, that's my plans for the week. So, hold on tight, because we're going to be having lots of fun. It is late Monday night, or I guess technically Tuesday morning, but I haven't gone to sleep and I woke up on Monday, so I'm still counting it as Monday because why not?
I don't have to play by your hour rules, days, things, stuff. Yeah. Did a live stream for Skyrim, which I'm really enjoying. We actually managed to get into and become part of the Dark Brotherhood by slaughtering 3 people because, hey, might as well be thorough, right? I really enjoy the Dark Brotherhood as a storyline and stuff like that. It's really, really fun. I also got the Geek Corner review for Predator written up. I still need to record that, but that's going to be tomorrow after I sleep and stuff like that. Also, while I was out shopping last night, picked up some makeup brushes for doing doing my makeup, and yes, I do actually do makeup. Basically, just use like some complexion smoothing cream, some BB cream. Just use it for that, and then use some face powder that I actually make myself. It's just cocoa powder with a little bit of cornstarch mixed to it. Basically to the point where it's about where my face is, so it's not really changing my skin color, but it is dulling the shine of my skin, which is kind of horrendous. Being extremely pale, it is very, very difficult to find something that's not going to change my face that much, or the color of my face and stuff like that. Now, of course, when I'm sitting here at the computer with the camera up close and the lights pretty close, it doesn't look as smooth. Some of the blotchiness, some of the spots of blotchiness, particularly where my bone structure is actually very close to the surface, like my cheekbones, my chin, and my and a few spots on my forehead. That tends to be more red than anything else. But when I sit down in front of like the Geek Corner, or I'm in front of the green screen or something like that, it looks a lot better. My face is definitely a lot smoother. I actually did a comparison, recording video 2 different times, one without makeup, same lights, same camera settings, same everything, one without makeup, one with, in front of the Geek Corner, and you can really, really see a difference. It's not anything major. Like I said, I'm not trying to change my skin tone or anything like that. I'm just trying to make it a bit smoother and look a bit better. But yeah, so I need to record the Geek Corner review tomorrow. And Predator is a really weird movie. The first one in particular, because there's so many things that aren't said. Like, they mentioned that, hey, this isn't the first time necessarily that a predator has come to Earth, which is interesting, but it doesn't explain why they come to Earth. They come during the really, really hot season in some part of the country. We're inclined to believe that it's down somewhere in South America, Central or South America. They never mention any nations. They never mention any countries. Just in a jungle area, in a really, really hot jungle area, this is where the predators tend to show up, or have shown up in the past. But in the intro, you just see a spaceship flying past Earth, and like this one, and something shoots out of it. It doesn't look like a controlled craft. It looks like, almost like it might be an escape pod, like something bad happened on that ship and somebody had to jettison out. Or like maybe it was like a predator criminal gets sent to Earth. Because there's no indication that anybody's waiting for this to pick this predator up. He's jettisoned off, and that ship just keeps on going. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, was this even really was this a planned hunting trip, or was it something that's like, okay, well, we're gonna give you all of these things that you need, and we're just gonna send you off to this desolate planet that nobody, that isn't really technologically advanced, so you can't come back. We're kind of exiling you, but we're gonna make sure that you can at least survive if you have the inclination. Either that, or maybe it's like an idea of a big game hunter where, this is like a filthy rich predator who's going to, this hunting reserve. Think like the really rich people, the really rich and successful people that go over to Africa for hunting reserves and stuff like that. And it may or may not be actually a legal hunt. But there's one point where, like, the predator shows that it's got all these skulls from the people that it's killed, and picks one up and just like caresses it lovingly, like, "Oh yes, my precious, you are beautiful," which kind of gives me the indication that there's something not quite right with this hunter. There's something not quite right with this predator. There's something weird and bizarre going on there, But of course, then later on in future installments, they kind of explain it a bit more. Some of them they kind of like backtrack a little bit and like, okay, Predator 2, more predators come to Earth, except they go to LA. They go to, like, I think it was LA in like a sweltering heat wave and stuff like that. Then you've got the Predators versus Aliens, which I'm not sure are actually canon. But then you've got like Predators, where they're taking people from Earth and putting them on this planet. And again, you kind of get there's kind of almost an indication like there's some predators that aren't, like almost like this is a prison planet in some cases. Like there's predators that aren't well liked by the government. And then of course you have the one that's coming up in September, The Predator, where they almost sound like the Borg, where they go from planet to planet, evolving based on what they have to deal with and stuff like that, which is kind of quirky and kind of interesting and kind of just, I'm not really sure how to feel about that. But then again, that was in the teaser. In the actual full trailer release, they cut that out. They cut the idea of, well, they're evolving from planet to planet. So maybe they kind of let that out, and in the teaser saw some of the reaction and said, you know what, we're gonna cut that plot line. We're gonna axe that idea. We're not gonna do that. It'll be interesting to see, and I'm really looking forward to that one because it looks like it could be interesting. Hopefully they do it right. Hopefully it re-energizes the Predator series separate from the Alien series, because Alien vs. Predators, AVP, the original AVP was, I mean, it really was just a chance to get the two in the same movie at the same time, and have an alien gestate in a predator and take on those qualities. That was the first one, and then the second one they're kind of like, okay, well, this has happened, and it just, I don't know, it didn't feel like they did much with it, but that's probably an idea for a future like Geek Trivia or something like that, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the new Predator, especially having just done the originals, just watched the original a couple times, write up the review. I'm really kind of looking to see what they do with this in the new movie and then going forward. It is Tuesday, late Tuesday, but it's still Tuesday. Oh my goodness. Today has been almost a complete wash. It was like this close to being just a complete and utter disaster. I don't know if it was the weather, the front going through or what, but I could not get to sleep. I could not stay asleep. I could not get rested. It sucked. But I finally got up, got some stuff done, got some food, and recorded the Predator, the Predator Geek Corner review. That's actually rendering right now. Which I'm thankful for. That's good, because that's got to go up tomorrow. That's got to go up and go live tomorrow, I should say. Doesn't necessarily need to go up tomorrow. It can go up whenever it's done, but I just need to make sure that it's actually gonna go live at 9 a.m. Wednesday morning. I am trying like heck to get my sleep schedule under control, but it's just not working. And this is something that I've always had a problem with during the summer. During the summer, my body does not like to be awake during the heat of the day. I will usually wake up like late in the afternoon, if not evening, stay awake all night long, and then go up about the time that the heat starts to come back, usually around, about sunup or so, which is, needless to say, kind of hellish. That being said, I got my work done. I do still need to write up my 5-Count Friday script and record that, but that doesn't need to actually be ready to go live until Friday. So I've got a couple days to play around with that. And I did manage to do my live stream. I wasn't sure if I was going to, because I had recorded the movie review, and then was like working on the thumbnail and stuff and the intro cards and stuff, and almost completely lost track of time. But yeah, managed to remember to do a live stream. Did some more Skyrim, joined the Thieves Guild officially, and started doing their missions and stuff like that. So all kinds of fun. But yeah, so that's going good. Now, I've been thinking about doing a video lately about self-identification, because I have friends and family that don't identify as their born gender or what have you. They are trans in some way or another, or non-binary, or gender fluid, or any of the other millions of ways that a person can self-identify. And I've seen people that are confused about, well, how could you identify in some other way than what you were born as? And it always makes me wonder, because it's like, doesn't everybody's self-identity changes over time? You are not the same person you were when you were born. You're not the same person you were when you were a teenager. You're not the same person. Pretty much everybody is a different person than what they were 10 years ago, at least. It's every major thing that happens in your life changes your self-identity in some way. It may change your opinion on something that you used to believe. The religion you used to believe in back in the day may not be the same as what it is today. Your religious outlooks, your political outlooks, your economic outlooks, your ideas on education and stuff like that. Now, it may have changed completely from what it was, or you may actually be doubling down and kind of reinforced. But your identity has changed. Your self-identity has changed. Who you are and who you used to believe you were are two different things. What you used to believe and what you believe now are different. Even in microscopic ways, they are different. So why is it so hard for somebody to believe that, well, a person's identity changes? And the person you are right now may not be the person you self-identify as 10 years down the road. I don't know. Maybe it's just my brain trying to work through some stuff, and just like trying to figure out why people are the way they are. I'm always trying to figure out why people are the way they are. People are weird. People are really weird, and I have a hard time getting along with people at times too. So I think that's part of why I think like that. It's because I'm trying to understand people, and I'm trying to, I'm trying to understand people, and I'm trying to get to the point where I guess people make sense to me. but it's hard. It is very, very difficult. Okay, so it's now Thursday. Wednesday just didn't happen. I'm a big fan. I'm a big proponent of taking a day off, one day a week at least, off from whatever it is that you do. Just one day for yourself. But at the same time, I always have this horrible feeling like, okay, I took a day off and I did nothing. I did absolutely nothing. I was just a lazy bitch. And it's I know it's good. I know it's wonderful. I know it's important to take a day off every now and then just so that you don't get burned out. But yeah, I also have that bizarre little quirk in my head that says I have to do something each day. It may not be something major or anything like that, but I need to do something creative. I need to make something or work on something every single day, which just doesn't work sometimes. Now, that being said, I have managed to put together, write up the script, record, edit, render, and upload my 5-Count Friday for tomorrow, which is good. That was like the major thing that I needed to do before Friday morning. I don't like compacting everything down like that simply because of the fact that it feels like so much work and so much pressure for one single project. And that feels weird and not quite right. But I did manage to get it done, which is awesome. Now, for the Saturday video, for the CR Saturday, I want to redo part of the game because I seem to have hit a glitch in the game where it took the special Black Thieves Blackbird, it took that and didn't give it back. It just gave me an imitation and not the actual thing, and that's just lost in the ether of the game somewhere. So I'm going to go back and redo it because I brought in an actual thief. He already had an imitation Blackbird, so I didn't really need to go and have one made, which makes me feel kind of dumb, but oh well. So yeah, I think that one we should be getting pretty close to that one, the end of that game. So week is almost over. It is almost done. Oh, well, I don't know. I'm not going to say that I'm feeling good about it because, well, on the one hand, yeah, the week's almost over, which is awesome. It's great. But at the same time, it's like, but my week's being over here just means that I'm getting ready to ramp up and start up again, which is kind of weird. But that's how I roll. That's how I like to do things. I like to start my week usually on the weekend, and then just kind of take some time to myself before starting it all over again. Granted, that's not quite going to happen this week, but, I'm being productive and I'm creating stuff, and that's good enough for me. Hello, everybody. Ollamh here, and it's Friday, which means we've come to the end of our time together for this week. Oh, man, I'm still kind of getting used to trying to record something on the vlog each and every day, which is still kind of rough. Like I said yesterday, I did get my 5-Count Friday done. That's up. And getting moderate views for what I'm used to. 5-Count Fridays are always weird because they're much shorter than everything else. They're not massively long. They're usually under 10 minutes, 9 times out of 10. And it's just like, okay, here's the idea that I had. Here's my 5. Here's kind of the reasons for it, and boom, done. Just kind of like in, out, done, boom, skating. I did replay some of the Quest for Glory 5, and we did actually finish that up, even though the second episode I think is coming out like 30 minutes long. But there's really wasn't a breaking point that I wanted to postpone the actual ending of the movie for whole nother week. So now I need to figure out where we're going to be going from here. Where are we going to be going from Quest for Glory 5? We've finished the Quest for Glory series. That means we've finished off Space Quest. We've finished off Leisure Suit Larry. We have finished off Quest for Glory. I'm not sure where we're going to go from here. I mean, there's still tons of Sierra games. I think somebody had mentioned the Shivers, I think it was, that kind of looks like a seventh guest Myst type game, which is interesting. I've never heard of that one. Now I have played. I do remember the Phantasmagoria stuff that Sierra did. That was their little jaunt into horror that was interesting. We'll just put it that way. It was interesting. I'm not sure you could say much more than that. But one of the big things that I've been trying to work on is getting my sleep schedule straightened out, so that I'm preferably waking up about 8 or 9 in the morning, doing some stuff, recording stuff, and able to get together with other people. The general area that I'm shooting for there is to basically be going to bed at about midnight, sleeping 8 or 9 hours, getting up and doing a full day's worth of stuff. Like I said, recording my stuff, recording with other people, getting stuff set up for others, for stuff other than what's been coming up lately. Doing a stream at about 10, stream for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, get off there, go to bed, go to sleep, stuff like that. We'll see how that turns out. It may be good, it may work great, it may not. I'm not entirely sure yet. But yeah, so that's the game plan for next week, is to focus more on that, get other people in, get my godchild over to play some games, get together with Outlander, get together with a bunch of people and record different stuff, do different stuff, and all that good, and all that good stuff. So, fingers crossed, more new and exciting stuff will be coming up next week. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it's about bedtime here, so yeah. Yeah, that is the, like I said earlier, we have come to the end of our time together for this week. As always, thank you guys very much for watching. If you have made it through, congratulations. You've kind of sort of lived a week in my shoes, but not really. Kind of vicariously, kind of not really all, not everything, but, the key points, I think. I will see you later next week. Cheerio!